Hey, and welcome to map 10 of TNT Evolution. This is Redemption, and the thing with Redemption is that it's not a very big level, it's not a very long level, but I think it kind of fills the need that TNT has at this point, in that it's not too difficult, but it's also quite challenging if you kind of try to rush through it or you kind of approach it in a very weird way. So we're going to grab the super shotgun here. This wall here is going to open as we go towards the switch there. That's the kind of thing you've got to look out for in this level. There's quite a few traps that are kind of designed to catch first time players off, and especially with the chain gunners are quite nasty, especially when we don't have any armor. So there's nothing else in this room here. Luckily there is actually a secret here, but I'm going to catch it there. If we head up here, there's a backpack, which, you know, can be pretty useful for us. So we're going to head up north here, and we're going to go through this door, shoot these imps, thanks for blasting me in the face there. The blue armor is there. It opens up this trap. But the main thing in this room is hitting that switch there. If we hit this switch, it brings up the steps that lets us get into the next part of the level. Now, we've got to be very careful here, because the area down there has filled up with all kinds of enemies, including chain gunners and shotgunners. The pinkies are less of a problem once you get away from the window, but the real surprise is the mancubus that kind of silently wanders around the corner there. So as you can see, we've cleared the courtyard, grabbed the health there. I do like that at the start of the level they give you all that health. I think that something I don't like about some of these Final Doom levels is they're a bit stingy on the health front. So you can see there's two bony boys in this courtyard, as well as, I think there's a chain gunner behind them as well. Oh no, it was an imp. But anyway, the whole point is that that courtyard kind of serves as the central point for the level here. We're working our way around it, and we'll be heading out there soonish. We need the yellow key to get there, although here that the textures are not aligned there. So what is interesting here is that you can actually look through the red bars to see the enemies at the end of the level. It's worth getting rid of them, because while the end of the level isn't difficult, you know, we don't know how much health we're going to have at that point, so it's just worth clearing the way for us later on. We get rid of the bony boys, and then we get rid of these arachnotrons. There's also two pain elementals in this room. Those are the enemies I want to get rid of quickest because of that. Okay, can you stop filling the room with lost souls, please? So we've got rid of the first one. I'm going to hide behind this pillar here, because they won't shoot out lost souls until they have a line of sight on me. So as long as I kind of hide from it, it won't actually start filling the room up. So when we head up here, these switches are going to rise up. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think you should hide essential switches like that with no kind of indication that they're there, because some players probably won't even walk up to those windows and trigger the switches. So it's a bit of a weird design choice in my opinion. There's really no harm in just having the switches visible. I get that it encourages exploration, but that for me is like, some people will miss that, and I'm maybe talking from experience as from my younger days. So when we grab the yellow key there, this room will now fill up with all kinds of enemies. This is kind of why I was trying to get rid of the cacodemons before we launched into grabbing the yellow key, because this is going to turn into a bit of a soup of enemies here, and there's all kinds of enemies who are going to come through that teleporter, including that Baron of Hell. There's some imps, pinkies, but you can see there's not much really out here, to be honest, like other than the cacodemons that we kind of woke up as we went to the edge. I do want to kill these cacodemons, but you can see this is pretty much the most difficult room in my opinion of this whole level, just because the trap in there is pretty nasty. And as we head out to the courtyard here, you'll see there's mancubuses which we have to deal with. There's also these enemies here. If you don't have the plasma rifle, this is probably going to be a difficult moment for you, because the enemies kind of shoot up out the ground. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the level here. I do like the design of this level. I think it's very tight, and I do appreciate when levels kind of are very tightly designed like this and kind of unfold over the course of play. So as you can see here, there's another trap with the chain gunners. That's just to catch you as you're going back to the red door. So to lower the red bars, we actually have to go up top and hit the switch from the other side. But you can see that there's a lot of enemies in some small spaces here, and that kind of adds to the difficulty of this one. There's a fair bit of backtracking as well for a small level, but I don't mind it because this is not a massive level. As you'll see with some of the later TNT levels, backtracking becomes a bit of a headache. But you can see here the bars have dropped down. We didn't have to hit a switch in the end. We can just make our way around, and overall I don't hate this one. I think it's kind of a bit unremarkable, especially compared to some of the levels we've seen thus far. I think that if you put this level in Ultimate Doom, let's say in episode 2 or 3, I think it wouldn't feel out of place, to be honest. It just kind of has that Ultimate Doom vibe for me. Whenever I play it, it kind of feels more like an Ultimate Doom level than it does like a Doom 2 level. But Redemption's not a bad level. I think it's pretty unremarkable, but I think it's well designed for what it is. There's a lot of fun little traps, and it doesn't outstay its welcome, and that's something that, you know, I put in the plus column with TNT, because as you'll see as we move through, some of the later levels kind of start to outstay their welcome. But let me know what you think of Redemption. Do you think this is a good level, a bad level? Do you have a lot of fun with this one? And thank you very much for watching.